All right. So our first sense, our sense of sight, your eyes are open right now, and you don't need to look at the screen. Maybe you look just beyond the screen, whether it's a wall or it's the room that you're sitting in right now. And just simply start to notice 5 things that you can see. You can notice the colors, maybe the color of the wall, the textures. Maybe you have plants. Maybe your mind starts to wonder what it would feel like if you were to touch the object you're looking at. Just simply notice 5 different things that you can see. And as you notice these things, connect to your breath. Maybe you pause on a color, and you take an inhale to really notice that color or that texture. And just start to notice how your breath slows down as your focus shifts to things outside of yourself. And when you have the 5 things, take your focus inward and close your eyes down. With eyes closed, take a deep breath in through your nose, fill your belly up. And as you exhale, let out a sigh and sink in to your seat. And stay with the breath as you sit where you are. And move towards your next sense, your sense of touch. Now, in this moment, notice what you feel, whether it be your sit bones on the earth, your clothes on your skin, or maybe it's the rise and the fall of your chest as you breathe in and you breathe out. And really focus on these things. See if you can count 4 things that you feel. And when you have those 4 things, take a deep breath in through your nose, fill your belly all the way up, and exhale to sigh out and sink further into this moment. Now your third sense is what you hear. You breathe in and you breathe out. Count 3 things that you can hear. And maybe it's the cadence of my voice. Noises in your natural environment. Or the sound of the bells. And when you have those 3 things, take a deep breath in through your nose, fill your belly up. And exhale to sigh out. Thank yourself deeper into this moment. On your next breath in through the nose, your 4th sense is your sense of smell. Notice 2 things that you can smell. Perhaps it's your own perfume, your essence, or something familiar in your home. Notice 2 things that you smell. And when you have those 2 things, take one more deep breath in to fill your belly up. And exhale to sigh out and sink further into here and now. Onto your 5th sense, your sense of taste. Maybe you lick your lips and you notice one thing that you can taste. Your own familiar taste. Maybe leftover food, water. Notice the one thing that you can taste. Now take deepest breath you have today. Fill your belly up. And as you exhale, sigh out, let it all go. Keeping your eyes closed in silence for a moment. Walk yourself through your senses again. And notice by seeing, by feeling, by hearing, by smelling, and by tasting. You get to experience life around you at its fullest. Just like a camera captures a photo, you can capture each moment with your senses. How special is that? Now invite small movement back into your body if you've been in stillness. Wiggling fingers and toes. Perhaps you rock your head from side to side. And gently blinking the eyes open just to see where you're going. Make your way into a child's pose. Now, I will show some postures. If you are newer to yoga or if any of these are unfamiliar, your knees should be as wide as your mat. If that's uncomfortable, you can bring your knees closer together. Big toes touching. And then sit your hips back towards your heels and reach your arms forward. It may feel nice to have a pillow or something underneath your chest because you will be here for a few minutes. So really find a posture that will allow you to sink in and feel comfortable for the next few minutes. To get deeper in this posture, it might feel nice to reach your arms forward, crawling each fingertip. If you have any sort of tightness or tension in your triceps, the back of your upper arm, it may feel nice to bend through the elbows and bring the tips of your thumbs to the nape of your neck. Whichever option you choose, don't forget to breathe. Our breath is the body's natural way of self-regulating, of slowing the nervous system down, taking us from that fight or flight to that rest and digest. And it's in that restful state where emotionally things might come up. Emotionally, you may have a release. If you're someone who is used to doing a lot or constantly being on the go, by doing the opposite, which is being, it might feel a little uncomfortable. as you sink in with your breath to rest, honor whatever comes up emotionally, mentally, physically, or spiritually. The body is an incredible vessel, and it's usually telling us something. In your child's pose, take 4 more breaths. And I love to say that the pace of your breath, it's the pace of your life. So if you want life to slow down your breath. When you come to your 4th breath, you'll be moving into Sphinx pose, which is semi on the belly. So you'll be on your forearms with palms faced down, legs extended out behind you. If you have a pillow or a prop of some sort to rest your head on, that might feel nice. Otherwise, the purpose of this pose is to open up your lower back. So the closer your elbows are towards your body, the more of a stretch you'll feel in your lower spine. The further you walk your elbows away from your body, the less of a back bend. So find where feels okay for you. And also know that wherever you choose, you can always move if it doesn't feel okay. Yoga is an incredible practice of teaching us how to listen to our bodies, while also how to strengthen our mind and push ourselves a little bit further than we think we can go sometimes. Now, wherever you've landed, connect to your breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. If you find you naturally breathe out through the mouth, that could be that you are a little more stressed, looking for that sigh of relief, that release. I do invite you to try nose breathing, as it will bring more oxygen into your brain and help you shift into the parasympathetic much quicker. Now, for any of you who sit for a lot, for majority of the day, and you experience back pain, I like to do this before bed. This is a great posture to counterbalance the way your spine might be sitting in a chair for most of the day. Take 4 more full breaths here. And on your 4th exhale, make your way onto your belly into crocodile. In crocodile, you'll stack one palm on top of the other and rest your forehead on the back of your top hand. You may shift your hips from side to side to release the lower back a little bit. But the goal here is to find that neutrality in the spine, in the body. It may also signal any areas you feel imbalanced. Perhaps you don't have that neutrality. I think a part of the journey is seeking balance in life, in our bodies, in our relationships, in our health. We're a bunch of imbalanced beings. And I think the shift that I continue to practice is honoring that in life and allowing it to be this out of balance, beautiful mess. Because how boring would it be if everything was perfect? Take 4 more deep breaths where you are. Utilizing the senses. Can you notice your belly as you fill up and it presses into the earth? And as you breathe out, can you feel the temperature of the air leaving your nostrils? On your 4th exhale, Move into half frog, bending through your right knee. You'll stay on your belly and bend your right knee up towards your right elbow. It may feel nice to place your left cheek on your mat or on the floor and extend your left arm out beside you like a T. You're opening through the right hip flexor here. The higher up you bring your knee towards your elbow, the more of an opening you might feel. And once you find that spot where it feels like a stretch, but not so much so that it hurts, can you soften everything just 1% more? Our hips are one of those places that seem to be tight no matter what we do. They tend to hold a lot of our trauma, of our stress. And so when you're in an opening posture like this one, some of those emotions, they may come up. Or on the other side, it may feel so tight, so unbearable that you take yourself out of it. Neither is right nor wrong. I don't believe forcing an emotional release is ever a good idea. I believe it will always come at the right time. And on that polar end of the spectrum, forcing yourself to be happy, to be positive, you can't force emotion. It always comes when it's meant to. Take 4 more breaths here. See if you can send your breath to your right hip as if there's a lung there that expands with each inhale. We'll move into broken wing. So your left arm should be out like a T beside you. Broken wing will open up the left pec, the left chest muscle. So with the help of your right hand, push yourself onto your left side body and your right foot will come up. You'll bend through your right knee and it can act as a kickstand either in front of your left leg or behind if you have the space in your left shoulder. Your right hand can rest in front of your face, or if you are super flexy, you might wrap it around and place it on your lower back. You can soften your eyes. And connect to your breath. I believe that true change, true growth can only come from a place of self-love. I believe what you put in is what you get out. So you can try to aggressively change yourself and hate your body and hate your mind into a new version. But once you get there, will you be happy? I don't know. I think when you approach change from a place of, I love myself, I choose to have compassion for myself where I am. And because I love myself, I choose to get better. I think that's when change occurs and you get out of it just more love, more compassion, more happiness. Take 4 more breaths here. And on that 4th breath, roll back onto your belly. And we'll move into half frog on the other side. So place your right cheek down, extend your right arm out, and bend through the left knee to pull it up towards your left elbow. Acknowledging the imbalance that we all are. One side might feel different than the other, and that's okay. Meet yourself where you're at. I feel like I lived a lot of years trying to be everywhere but here. Really trying to avoid where I was at. And And while from an achiever perspective, it maybe looked really nice to always be chasing goals, chasing the dream. But there's a quote I really love. I don't know who said it, but it says, "Wherever you go, there you are." And still learning to meet myself where I'm at every day and love myself where I'm at helps me enjoy wherever I go just that much more because I'm not running from me. I'm going with me. So where you're at right now, get yourself there and take 4 more full breaths. Moving in to broken wing on the right hand side. Your right arm is extended out like a T. Press into your left hand to roll onto your right side body. Your right foot will come up either in front or behind like a kickstand. And then rest your head down. If you're quite flexible, you may bring your left hand to the small of your back, or it might just stay in front of your face. Some words that I really like are the word might and the word maybe. And I like them because they leave space for what actually is. They help me release control of things that aren't actually in my control. I can't control how flexible my body wants to be every day. So maybe I stick in this posture. Maybe I get out of it because it doesn't feel very good. What I can control is the fact that I showed up. That's a win. Take 4 more breaths in this posture. On your 4th breath, rolling back onto your belly. Now, however you can get there with as little movement as possible, we're going to make our way onto our backs, rolling over. Bend your knees and place your feet on the earth, moving into reclined butterfly. The base of your feet will touch and your knees will fall out. If you have a pillow or any sort of props, this might feel nice underneath your knees. The further your feet are away from your body, the less of a hip opener this will be, whereas the closer they are towards your body, the more. And you have a couple of options. So you can stay here for the next 5 minutes, or in about 2 minutes, I'll let you know to move into Shavasana. Whatever you choose, remember to breathe. If it gets fitting while in your butterfly pose for the next minute. I saw a caterpillar this past weekend, and I like to talk to nature. I'm weird like that. If you know me, you know that. And I was like, one day you'll be a beautiful butterfly. And then the next day, I stopped by one of those free libraries where they just have free books wherever. And I pulled out a Rupi Kaur book. She's a poet. Turned to a random page, and her poem says, "You do not just wake up and become the butterfly. Growth is a process." I thought that was really cool. Now you can stay in butterfly or make your way into Shavasana for the next few minutes. In your Shavasana, I invite you to take up so much space, arms wide, limbs long, palms faced up. Take another deep breath in through your nose and let a sigh out through your mouth. Going to read you a page from my happiness book called Happiness One Day at a Time. Gratitude. Today I am filled with gratitude. In spite of everything, my life is a series of wonderful experiences. Every day offers new possibilities, a variety of choices. I am more than a survivor. I am one of the few human beings aware of my inner life, and I have chosen the path of love and reconciliation. I also see that I am fortunate to live in a society that still offers me the possibility of improving myself and expressing myself freely. I can choose my own destiny. I can choose my own vocation. I can create and grow in this society. I am grateful. Now, my friends, what I offer to you is to invite in gratitude. This can be gratitude for yourself. This can be gratitude for another. This can be gratitude for things. Whatever it is that you choose, breathe it in to your lungs, to your belly, and breathe it out to everyone around you. I feel grateful to have been able to teach this lovely class. for each of you for showing up and being present with me, with each other, most importantly, with yourself. I hope to see you all again very, very soon in the virtual world or in person. This is where I leave you, and I say with so much love in my heart, namaste. Bye, friends.